The leader of the squad could be in some big trouble. A House ethics investigation claims that AOC may have violated federal law with her infamous Tax the Rich Met Gala appearance. AOC's lawyers apparently tried to warn her to be, quote, extra careful about going to the exclusive event where tickets can cost $35,000 a pop. But AOC went anyway after snagging 2 free tickets. And that's not all. The report also claims she racked up thousands of dollars for her dress, shoes, hair, makeup, and other goodies, and then stiffed the vendors by not paying them for months. AOC, of course, blames a staffer for not settling the tab. All right, I'll start with you, Dana. The truth is that she begged, even though there's an email apparently that indicates her lawyer said you have to be very careful about this. You can't take $70,000 worth of tickets from a company that has lobbyists like Vogue. Yep. And yet she was insistent. And, you know, it's not even in her district. I mean, why was it so important for her?
Well, one, it was important for her to get attention. That's number one, job number one. And also that she wanted to wear the dress, tax the rich, and also look into the dressmaker. That's a little bit of an interesting story, too. Woman never pays her taxes. This is a real challenge for public officials initially when they're like, wait, what are we supposed to do?
Yeah.
Vogue knows what the rules are, and they went to her anyway. She goes to the lawyer. Lawyer says, don't do it. She says, I'm doing it anyway. But the other thing is, do you know how many... There is a treasure trove of quotes from her talking about how when she was a bartender, she was lowly paid, and that there needs to be something that is done for people who work jobs where they don't get paid as much as other people, right? So she then is trying to stiff the makeup artist, the hairstylist, everybody who is basically trying to chase down $500 to do her hair, honestly. But anyway, that's what the charge was. This is a warning. If you're going to do work for Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, ask for the up front.
Yeah,
because then what happened is then AOC then throws her staffer, who doesn't even work for her anymore, under the bus and says, I didn't know. I don't believe that. She's in trouble with the ethics office, and this will be a stain on her. Remember, her claim to fame in her first year as a congresswoman was chasing thousands of high-paying jobs out of her district by making sure that Amazon didn't put a warehouse there.
Well, you know, it's not only that, Jesse. I mean, the dress. Let me just expound a little on what Dana was saying. A haute couture gown would cost about $10,000. Apparently, there was a lot of negotiations and going back and forth that they got it down to $1,300. And then I think it was $300 she ultimately paid. There was incredible negotiation going on. She kept fighting paying from the get-go.
Yeah. Tax the rich and stiff the poor.
Yep.
That's AOC. And she's the it girl, so rich people do favors for her for good press. Why is a bun $500? She's wearing a bun. I don't know if that's $500. I have so much outrage, and let's just say I have 10 gallons of outrage. Am I going to spill a gallon on this? While the lying mad scientist Anthony Fauci's on the hook for a pandemic that he covered up? Or, I don't know, the Chinese spies bribing the Biden family with diamonds and millions in cash? I don't know. AOC is unethical. I don't know if I can fake enough outrage. I will try.
Hey, I did a great job.
I know you can do it, Jesse.
I did a great job.
You know what? I am paying to be outraged. I'm actually really upset by this.
That's better.
Jessica, the one person who got paid was the manicurist. She insisted on getting paid ahead of time with a manicure.
Nails
what does that tell you?
Critically important.
As
I'm
you
a big
well
nail
know.
enthusiast. So I feel like this is one of those stories, and we do this a lot, where people in conservative media are paying attention. They're really upset about this, and people in liberal media have a completely different takeaway, right? So the tax the rich dress is iconic now, right? If you talk to Gen Zs about it, that's one of the images that's enshrined in their minds. Also, her doing that dance outside of her office. Conservative representatives went after about it, et cetera. But I do remember when we were covering this originally, we were focused on the fact that she was going to this event and everyone who was serving was masked, right? It was right at that kind of crescendo moment where we were saying people are vaccinated. They should be able to move on with their lives. And it became a class issue again, right? That you have these people that are paying hundreds of, by the end, hundreds of thousands of dollars to be there, et cetera. And they're being served by people who are not worthy of the same air at this point. But that fits into the same kind of echo chamber about this, and I think that's how it will go down in history. The fact that she retained a lawyer specifically to look into this, I think indicates that she intended to pay. Well, that
but she retained the lawyer and told her don't do it. And she did it anyway.
Nails make an outfit.
Nails. Okay. All right, Greg. You know what? The point that Jessica made is an important one. And that is, if you recall, when she came in, there were all the masked people behind her carrying the veil or whatever is behind her gown.
Everything about her is a juxtaposition between the things she says and the things she really, really wants. By the way, an ethics investigation into politicians is like using a lice comb on a hobo. So you're going to find a lot of stuff. She came in that dress. She had people holding the train in masks. It was a perfect view for somebody wearing a tax the rich dress. And then you have to think about the one thing that everybody just assumes that's a great message. Tax the rich. Right. It's like, wow, how long did that take? But I just want to let you know, the rich paid most of the taxes. So it's like, you should say, it should have been more, let's tax the rich even more until we no longer have any rich people left. And then we'll move on to the middle class. And then we'll go on even further, because that's exactly what happens. You run out of the rich, or the rich run away from your state. It's been over, 1 million people have left New York. Am I right?
That's a lot.
I'll just say it.
Yeah.
1 million people, because I believe it's more than what's left California. But anyway, so you can keep taxing him, and also, I want to know: does she use Amazon? Like, does she order? Like, does she get her air filters and her bath towels like everybody else does from Amazon? The dog poop bags, all that stuff. Because she's taking advantage of the company that she didn't want in her own backyard. She is as elite as you can get, from the dress to the not in my own backyard persona, to the electric car, to the French bulldog.
Oh, that was so
She got
good.
into politics not to change things, but to change her life. Yeah. She wanted the high status, which she got, and she wanted to be exempt from the very rules she wants to enforce on others. So she's personally doing a great job.
And a $500 bun.
Yes.
It's like a wedding style, though.
Yeah.
You always do.
You pull it back and put a little...
It had a thingy in it.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Kilmeade. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to click to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page. This is the only way that I know for sure that you're not going to miss any great commentary, any great news bites, any great interviews coming your way on Fox. You can get it all here on YouTube. So subscribe right now.